Hi everyone, this is Lighthouse Tarot. This is going to be a full moon reading for all signs. It will contain a bit of the past, but more so present energies and future energies. So let's see what is coming through for all you signs. Okay, so in the past, we have the Six of Pentacles. We have this idea of sharing your success. So this is the idea of the gift of giving. That gift of giving will provide that balance, alignment, and harmony. Without giving, how are you supposed to receive? You cannot receive a mirrored energy unless you put that out, right? That karmic energy. Otherwise, there's that karmic dissonance that can be happening. All right, and then in the area of the present energies, we do have the Wheel of Fortune. So your tables are turning. That page is turning. You are basically breaking that cycle. So everything that you want to restart, this is that card. This is the strength to new beginnings. And it's interesting because we do have that full moon energy. That full moon is being illuminated. So that moon and sun are aligned. So sun, earth, and moon are fully aligned. I did also reference this in the previous video of my new moon. If you're interested, you can go check that out. It does reference as well that the new moon idea of, harboring that new beginnings. And so in this particular instance, this is fire energy. So again, the idea of taking action. So in this case, we want to harvest any of the endeavors we are interested in for the full moon. So if you're interested in any rituals, any positivity, any new prospects or projects, this is it. All right, and then for the future, we have the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups, it's also interesting. So night and day, again, the idea of the sun and the moon aligning. However, we are seeing that full illumination on our end. So, which I didn't briefly discuss in the last video, but it is, for the full moon, it is that we are seeing that full illumination. So in this case, exactly, the idea of rebirth, right? We have the 8. That 8 is a sense of starting something new, but in movement. So that change, you have to make a decision, right? You can't just move on without deciding to move on. So it's the idea of actions, that action oriented, but you may be in your feelings. And so, I mean, they are on terrain actually in this case. It's the idea of moving on, understanding that separation is needed to center yourself. And so to center yourself, you need to find that rebirth, right? And so that is with this card. You can do that by starting something new, releasing your emotions in a journal, or working out, talking with a friend, family, coworker, however you appeal, or a counselor. All right, in the area of what you want to guard yourself against any problems. So again, with this full moon energy, that illumination, you want to strategize. You want to strategize. In order to harvest any of the endeavors you're interested in, you have to strategize. You can't just take what comes your way, right? You want to make sure that what comes your way is what is needed. So you have to organize your thoughts in a logical yet presentable manner for you to take action. If it's all jumbled, you may not even want to take action. So that's important. So in the need, we have the Hierophant. You may be dealing with traditional energy at this time or in the future for the next roughly 3 days. Usually a full moon lingers for around 3 days. So it's the idea of maybe teaching yourself, morally educating yourself. Maybe you're looking into some legal contracts at this time. Or you may be even in some sort of divorce at this time, but it looks as if you were trying to find that kind-hearted energy among all the jargon, or among the scented structure that can be a little difficult to understand. But it's the idea of understanding that change is needed, right? So as the overall outcome, we have the Magician. So it's the idea exactly about making that imagination real. So exactly what that full moon is wanting you to do. If you want to start something new, if you want to have that beginning, in order to do that, you need all those elements, right? You need all the elements aligned. And so that's exactly what this full moon is. We have the sun, the earth, and the moon in alignment to us, what we see. So what we see is a full illumination. This usually happens after the waxing phase, so that is very important to take in. That illumination also can cause an array of interesting matters as well. You know, you can have high tide, very high tide, and very low tide. So it's the idea of understanding that even in among the water energy, which is really important. You know, we do have water, you know, H2O. And so that is really important for the magician as well, because the magician is air energy, and so we do have Mercury. And so it's the idea of communication. Look, we have that mirrored energy. We have the idea of the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is also water, so water and air, and that creates that energy as well. So we have that H2O, the air is different. We have that full moon. That full moon energy is speaking. And so that is really important to digest and understand. And so I also want to mention the magician has red, and so does the Hierophant. The Hierophant has red, so you are grounded, and along with the Seven of Swords, the Six, so that red is it's popping up. Red may be your dominant color for today and the next 3 days. That's really important. Red is a very grounded energy, so if you're not feeling grounded, this is the time to be grounded. You are going to feel it. You may even feel different at this time, and so that could be due to that full moon energy we have after the waxing phase. And so it's really interesting because we do have the pentacles in here, almost like the full moon. So that cycles also that full moon as well. And we even have a full moon and being represented in the Eight of Cups, which is awesome. It's very representative of this full moon energy we have. So the idea of, you know, harvesting those endeavors, understanding that this is exactly it. If you want to harvest those endeavors, align all those elements. We're talking air, earth, fire, and water. So you need to align all of those. In this particular spread, I do want to mention we do have water energy, so that's really important for today's reading. We have water, we do have earth, we do have air, and we have fire. Wow, we actually have all the elements. Exactly. So that infinite abundance is going to come, and so you will feel so infinite that this is going to even uphold in your future. You are going to even give. That gift of giving is so pronounced here. And I also want to mention at the bottom of the deck we have the Lovers. This is really interesting because it is also, you know, mentioning to celebrate the love of, you know, the love in your life or the love of life. This is really important. You know, this is the idea of commitment. But you know, to experience that sense of love, you have to give love, right? You can't just expect someone to give it to you. You have to emanate that energy. That's really important. You know, emanate that energy with positivity. You know, the gift of giving, spreading joy. That's the importance of here, you know, spreading joy. And so even if you are in that troublesome energy, just understand your values, beliefs, and boundaries are all going to be aligned. And so that will make you feel whole. We do have that Wheel of Fortune, so a sense of wholeness upon new beginnings. That's really important. And so that new beginning is going to create and manifest such positivity. I also want to mention we have yellow. Yellow is here. We have yellow in the Magician, and we have yellow for the Seven of Swords. So there's happiness even among any deceit you may have felt, any sadness you may have felt. You know, the sense of moving on. We do have yellow here with the sun and the moon. So again, the sense of feeling happy. We do have very happiness energy. We also have a sense of laughter because even though there may have been some dishonesty either in your romance, because we do also have that Lovers again, so maybe it could be in romance, You may have felt that dishonesty or someone was concealing an energy that you may have not known. It may even appear during this time. So that's really, it's really important for you to know. And let's see. I also like to mention we have, all right, so we're gonna look at the top of the deck. We have the Sun. So the top of the deck has the Sun. The Sun also, the number 10, is represented by the number 10, even though it is not in the title. But it is letting you know that there's satisfaction going to come your way. You're going to feel super happy. You're going to feel that strength, and you're going to feel that vitality to the point where even when you move on a white horse, also a sense of purity, you will feel pure. And what do we see in the full moon? It's white. So that's really important. We also see white here on the shirt of the magician. And so we see a little stripe here on the Hierophant that is also white. So that sense of purity is going to come in. Regardless of any of that negative energy, that yin and yang is going to be balanced. And so that's really helpful for you to understand. I also want to mention, as I was pulling out the spread, a card fell out, and so that was the Two of Wands. So exactly, you see your vision, you're holding on to that globe, and so that's your personal power. Exactly that. You want to have that personal power in order to attain any of those beautiful endeavors you want to experience. And so hopefully this resonates with all of you signs. And so, like I said, this was at the bottom of the deck, this was at the top, and so this is the card that fell out. So knowing all that, you will always see that positivity. And so for the next 3 days, you are going to feel very happy. Also pretty emotional, but understanding that that emotional energy is going to flow off of you. And so you will no longer feel that sense of emotion where you're overly emotional. You will feel balanced. All right, hopefully this resonates with all of you and still resonates continuing the days. So yeah, we're talking earth, we're talking fire, water, air, and yeah, okay. All the 4 elements. All right, everyone, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and I will see you soon. Thanks. Bye.